football lovers. Welcome to Ballchat. Happy Sunday. Beautiful weather in the air. Big up yourself, football family. My name is Benton. Along with Come On Junior is coming on later on. Come on, how you doing, family? How are you doing? Wagwan.
I'm good, I'm good. How are you?
I am doing wonderful, wonderful. It's a beautiful day in the air. Weather is nice. Everything is fine. Football is great. Manchester Derby, all that good stuff. Did you have a good week? Come on.
I did. I mean, the weather was good. My side, mash up a little dibby that side. We drop out a top five. So it was a good week.
So which side is that? Chelsea or Barcelona? I thought Barcelona had a good week.
You know what? Not even talk about Barcelona. I talk about Chelsea. Chelsea must have a little dibby that side.
All right, so football lovers, you know how we do it. We review some of the week's major news in the world of football. We'll discuss Reggae Boys news as President Michael Ricketts said, quote, the show has to go on, end quote, as it relates to contract negotiation and the players set up and the players for the Reggae Boys. We'll also discuss the Manchester Derby as Manchester City got kicked in their belly as they lost 2-0. We'll also discuss Blas Matuidi's transfer to Inter Miami as Inter Miami FC is under investigation by the MLS as it relates to that transfer. If you're watching us on Flow Sports YouTube page, Ball Chat YouTube page, or Ball Chat Facebook page, you can join the discussion. You can take part in the show. It's an interactive show. Send on your comments or questions. We always start off the show with Ballers being the impressive players of the week, and Bugs being the unimpressive players of the week. So come on, Ballers. Who do you have as your ball of the week watching football?
So it's not, it's one of the sides that we're really not like. So I don't think Tottenham is a good enough side for people to really talk about. But Gareth Bale has showed Jose Mourinho that he needs to be in the squad. Today was one of those games that show, even though Crystal Palace is on a kind of downward spiral, you only can play who's in front of you. And I think Gareth Bale was really good today on the pitch. I was surprised that Jose didn't let him stay on so he could get his hat trick because, he had a brace. So I'm going to give Gareth Bale a baller of the week. I also want to give Harry Kane my baller of the week. He had two assists, two assists, two goals. And Harry Kane actually has 16 goals, tied for second in the Premier League, and 13 assists, the most in the Premier League from 25 games. So I have to give my ballers to Gareth Bale and Harry Kane of Spurs.
Gareth Bale and Harry Kane. And the reason why Bale didn't stay on, come on. Golf season, the weather is getting nice. You cannot have on Bale for any extra ball game. The game is already won. Come on is giving her ball of the week to Gareth Bale. She's also giving a baller to Harry Kane, as Harry Kane and Young-min Son set a record. This pair has been exceptional for Spurs. Come on, no ball of the week for the wonderful Barcelona that overturned the deficit against Sevilla, the 2-0 deficit to make it to the Copa del Rey final. No ball of the week?
No, absolutely not. They did what they were supposed to do. No, overturn the PSG score,
all right,
and then we can talk about that.
Calm down. Calm down. Now we'll preview the Barcelona and PSG game coming down later in our preview and prediction segment. My ball of the week, I have to give it up to Fulham. Fulham is officially out of the relegation zone. GQ manager Scott Park and Fulham defeated Liverpool as Liverpool lost 6 in a row. It's 1954 or 52 thereabouts when Liverpool lost that many games in the EPL. Liverpool cornered dog, but Fulham is celebrating. As for now, they're looking to stay up in the EPL. And I also want to give a ball of the week to Napoli. Napoli finding ways to win game. They played an exceptional game this week with Sassuolo, ended the 3-3. It was a back and forth game. They found a way to get a point. For a second, I thought they would have lost the game. And they also defeat Bologna today in the Serie A. So Napoli now moves up to third. They've had injuries. They have issues. I'm not making a bag of excuses for them. But I have to give Gennaro Gattuso and the job that he's doing with that Napoli outfit a ball of the week. I thought they were were exceptional in their display. All right, come on, let's step away from ball as impressive players of the week to bugs, the unimpressive players of the week. Football Family Junior is running in late. He will join us when he comes in and gets his baller when he joins us. If you have ballers and bugs, send them on, family. Come on, your bug of the week are the unimpressive players.
Um, what West Brom and Newcastle? What a game boring, me, man. Oh my lord. I never see a game boring like them two-sided. Two of them to get relegated. They must have no purpose in the Premier League. I have to give my bug to Man City. Man City, we came in. I have to say we, because any team that play against Man U is my team for the weekend. We came in with the expectation that it was going to be a 6-0 whooping of Manchester United. And then Man City come in and decide they want to be bug. So they have to get my bug of the week. They should have at least scored a goal, or eke out a draw with Manchester United. So Manchester United not that great. Liverpool, I have to give Liverpool a bug as well. How do you fall from grace like this? To lose to Fulham? Maybe like down a gully, down there at the bottom of the barrel, Fulham, you with all your players lose to a side like that, where Hector can have a start on. But anyways.
That might be a good thing, come on.
So bug for Man City and Liverpool. The VAR assistant who was drawing and dragging the line in the Spurs and Crystal Palace match. Absolute madness. He was dragging the line to fit his narrative. I have to give him a bug because I sat there and watched him try to draw the line and it was just madness. So Man City, Liverpool, VAR assistant in the Palace and Spurs game, and West Brom and Newcastle for wasting my time.
West Brom and Newcastle both might get relegated. As Newcastle, big up Newcastle fan, the Two Rash Challenges, Eric of the Two Rash Challenges podcast, a fan of Ballchat. He's very nervous about his Newcastle team. But yes, they're pretty boring display. Look like first division football, that game between Newcastle and West Brom. Come on is also giving a bug of the week to the VAR assistant that drew the line to fit his or her narrative. As the controversy around VAR continues this week, there's an update to the handball rule by IFAB. We'll discuss that later on in the show, and hopefully that will address some of this issue around VAR and the handball issue, handball rule. My bug of the week, I have to give bug of the week to Arsenal. Yes, come on, Arsenal. Granit Xhaka, Bert Leno, and Arsenal. What kind of madness is that? Arsenal tied the game 1-1 with Burnley on horrible defensive error by Granit Xhaka and Bern Leno. What are you doing, Granit Xhaka? So you get the bug of the week as Arsenal sitting in, what, 9th? Seems like Arsenal is a bug side as they get ready for Olympiacos in the Europa League. And who knows, with that display, they might be out of the Europa League coming soon. And I also want to give a bug of the week. Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp, I love your family. I think you've done a magnificent job at Liverpool. You wear your emotions on the sleeve. Just figure it out, man. Figure it out. Stop playing this 4-3-3. You're giving away goals. But defend first. Stop playing this high line. Switch to 4-2-3-1 and protect your defenders first. Than going high up the field with this defensive line. So Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp is getting the bug of the week for me as the pathetic display continues. And a small bug to Atletico Madrid. Diego Simeone has been equated in some circles to Arsene Wenger, as Diego Simeone and Atletico Madrid drew the Madrid derby. And wow, Barcelona seems to be closing the gap in La Liga. So bugs of the week for Atletico Madrid as they seem scared of winning this La Liga title. Bug of the week for Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool fixing the issues, need to fix the issue at Liverpool. Defensively, they are a mess. Switch the formation. Bug of the week to Arsenal for Granit Xhaka and Bernd Leno for the horrible mistake and horrible error and as Arsenal continues to ship points as they tied with Burnley. Come on, let's get to our football roundup. Manchester Derby was the big game in the EPL. You've already mentioned it. Manchester City lost, Manchester is red. Ole seems to know the formula for beating Pep. Your thoughts?
I don't know. Is it that Man City was better, was not better, was not good, and Manchester United was better, or was it that Man City beat themselves? I don't understand. Is Aguero still injured? I mean, like Aguero is a sure bet, right?
Yes.
You need a goal, you bring on Aguero. You have him on the bench. What are you doing, Pep? Maybe Pep decides that, well, the league is already won. When Arlo came on the phone today on the TV today and said the race is heating up, I'm like, heating up where? There's no they cannot lose this, right? They can't lose it. But I think Manchester United played better. Chances were missed. Raheem Sterling, Mahrez, they were not on the game. I am not sold 100% on Foden. I just don't. I don't know. Kyle Walk wasn't clicking. So I guess Man City was off today. And they're allowed to have an off game. So congrats to Man U. Make the race interesting. Make second, third, and fourth interesting.
And coincidentally, the Manchester United fan, Junior, joined us. Junior, how you doing, family? Let's see if he's on. He's supposed to be on, but he's not on yet. He was just joining in. So when he gets on, we'll get his thoughts. Your thoughts on Luke Shaw? I thought Luke Shaw was exceptional and deserved a ball of the week as he
you know what too? And I watched Luke Shaw. I watched him playing, and I was like, this is a far cry from the Luke Shaw that we know that Jose said was fat, that he lost his confidence, he lost his spot in the team. This man is playing for a new contract. And I was surprised though, because I'm not really high on Luke Shaw, because sometimes he have some brain farts. But today he really had a good game. I don't know what's happening with Martial. Is it that Martial has lost his confidence, but he's just not, the player that we thought he would be? But yeah, but Luke Shaw deserves a player of the game, man of the match.
But Ollie said that Luke Shaw displayed the Luke Shaw of all. Were we watching the same game?
Ollie said that?
Yes.
I just think Ole is a PR man. He just comes to spin things. So I take everything that he says with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Man City leads the EPL by 11 points. Pep says the strikers did not convert, but credit to Manchester United. I thought they did a wonderful job. Pep teams does struggle against this sort of formation with speed at the helm for Manchester United to really kind of harass the Pep formula. So I mean, you can't say anything.
And I was trying to find out this. Raheem Sterling ever score upon Man U?
Nope.
What
I'm like, it's like Man U, because I was thinking there was like Raheem is so unlucky. He has never scored upon Man U, so that was interesting.
So, Junior, I have the results up for this weekend's EPL game. Welcome, family. How you doing?
I'm here now. I was day drinking and fell asleep a little bit.
Yo, rum bar in the deal for Manchester United fans as they celebrate. Ballers of the week, quickly, Junior, and Bugs of the week.
Why, my ball of the week goes to Anthony Martial. I hear that foolishness. Come on, talking about Walter Martial. It's Martial's best game for Manchester United in months. To be a striker, you don't have to score, but you can influence the best centre-back pairing. So I give it to Martial. The GQ manager, listen to me. Ever since I called him the GQ manager, Fulham start playing better. Even though I'm a bad mind, my baller Hector, Fulham still playing better. And, I have to give it to Barcelona. The man them finding a way to overturn the deficit in the Copa del Rey. I mean, I never expect them to do it, so I'm not giving them ball of the week. Bug of the week, Gareth Bale.
Why?
What?
Again.
At the second time, I beat him last week or 2 weeks ago and him scored 2 goals and you come off of the field willingly. Why the hell you coming off the field after scoring 2 goals, 2 shots, 2 shots on goal, 2 scores, and you don't want to score a hat trick. You have never scored a hat trick for Tottenham. Why you coming out the field?
When we say him now come off, what must he tell Joseph? Me now go in. Is that what he's going to do?
Come on, take a page out of Kepa's book. Me now come off for the field.
How that work for you? Look here, don't make Anderson in people go take off Bale off of the pitch. Come go in. Oh, you're not coming off.
I know what? My bug of the week. I'm not going to give it to Jurgen Klopp, the coach from yesterday. I am going to give it to Jurgen Klopp and the Liverpool front office from 2 years ago. I sat on this show like a prophet and I said, look, Liverpool is rotting from the core. They need to retool. We sat here when we celebrated Liverpool's first Premier League championship and I said, look, this team need to retool. We had the Liverpool band and I said, no, we're good. No, we're not for that. I said, all right, watch what will happen. Now, Virgil injured and that make a big difference. And the injuries does make a difference, right? But Liverpool should not be losing to relegation battling teams right now. They worse losing 5 games in a row at home.
6.
They should have been juiced up and pumped up, ready for this. 4 games in a row at the time. They should have been juiced up, pumped up, and ready to go, and they weren't. You know why? The team is rotting from the core. So we talk about that later.
Yeah, the team, Liverpool is in a spot about it. And we'll get to that in a second. But Junior's bug of the week, Liverpool, and a statistic that stood out for me with Liverpool. Quickly, Junior, they've lost 9 games so far this season, which is the same amount of games combined they've lost for the last 3 seasons in the EPL. So Liverpool kind of dark. All right, let's get back to our EPL roundup. We were discussing the Manchester derby before Junior joined us late and decided to chime in with his ballers and bugs. Phil Foden, come on, you said you're not sold on Foden, but I'm a huge fan. Why you have a problem with Phil Foden? I thought it was madness not starting Phil Foden from the jump.
I mean, he should have started. Because if you're going to play people based on performance, Phil Foden has been performing for Manchester City. I mean, it's just not my kind of baller. It's not my, it's just not my kind of baller. You know, you like a baller, you don't like a baller. Okay, guess what?
Yes.
It's my spirit tech thing.
Okay.
So my spirit don't take Phil Foden.
All right. Big up Brad's watching us on Flow Sports. Brad says player from the back is not easy. Definitely. It's not for everybody. All right, let's quickly do our quick roundup of the scores this week. Chelsea will play Everton to wrap up and tomorrow. That's a huge game in the race for Champions League. They're sitting close to each other. We'll get to the table in a second. Any other results that stood out for you guys? Leicester City was able to secure something against Brighton. That was huge for them, right?
It was touch and go. It's like with Leicester, you don't even know what to get. I mean, like, it could be bottom of the table team, Leicester, you're going to find a way to lose. I'm glad that they, well, not really, because they put pressure on my side. But it was. And then for the Arsenal game, all right then, we have to put some blame on Shaka, but Leno, a 99%.
Granite Xhaka, not Shaka, because Shaka is doing Granite Xhaka. That miserable
Xhaka. Yeah. It's 99% have to go on Leno because he was facing the field. He saw the danger coming.
Yes.
And not because a player asks for the ball, you must give the player the ball. So 99% of the blame should be on him.
Yes. Well, and I agree. I mean, I guess he thought Granit Xhaka is a baller.
Well, apparently now what you see in football where we watch.
All right, so the table is looking like this. We have Manchester City still sitting at the helm. A big game for the Champions League spot tomorrow. Everton versus Chelsea. Can you guys win that game? Come on.
If Timo Werner take off the monkey off and back, we can. I'm like, come on, man. He make the post, him like just outside netting, play a fierce. Huh. Then I'm kind of worried. We pay all this money for Kai Havertz come on for 6 minutes. Like what is this? I don't know if we really have confidence in Chilwell. He play good this week, the following week, He makes some crazy plays. I am not sure what we're going to get from Chelsea. Everton is the same thing. Today them good, tomorrow them not good. But still Fred Richardson, Imes like him have a chip on his shoulder. So we really don't know. So Chelsea have to go out there and really, really put them foot on the gas. Come out strong, see if we can bang in 2 goals and probably just stretch the field a little bit. I don't know if we're going to use Pulisic. I don't know what's going on with that because it looked like he's relegated to a bench warmer. He might do better at Liverpool, but for my side, Chelsea, I'm not confident. Everton can be a tricky opponent.
Yeah, it's a tricky opponent. Junior, I quickly want to get your thoughts on the football family. I misspoke. Fulham is not out. I was incorrect. They're not out of the relegation zone. They're still in the relegation zone based on goal difference, but they're tied on points with Brighton. Fulham, Junior, your thoughts on the landscape of the table? Man City, there are those in the English press who says we have a title race on. What kind of foolishness is that?
The press, they try to get must-see TV and try to keep the ratings up for when Man City play, and that's all. I've been saying it for weeks now that it's done, right?
Yes, it should be.
So it's whatever. But the real race will be for 4th place. Now, remember earlier this season we had our bold predictions.
Yes.
My prediction early was that the Premier League will be separated by 6 points.
Okay.
I'm going to maintain my prediction because Manchester City is not a Premier League team. Manchester City belong in a different league. They're in a league of their own.
Okay.
2 through 6, I think, that is the real race. And the real race now is to see what is going to happen with Brighton, Fulham, and Newcastle.
And of the 2 through 6, how do you see the shakeout? Does Manchester United remains in second? Does Leicester City secure the Champions League spot? They're out of Europa League now, so they should have less games to play, of course.
No, and I'm a Manchester United fan, die hard. I can see Manchester United finishing 3rd or 4th, and I can see Chelsea overtaking them. I really do. Okay. As crazy as it sounds.
Stop it.
No,
Mr. Way are doing not well.
Come on, I have been saying this for weeks, and heavens forbid, Manchester United is a Bruno Fernandes injury away from being a below subpar team. Manchester United is a Bruno Fernandes injury away from being Arsenal. Okay. And there's no disrespect to Arsenal, but you see how Arsenal is...
excuse me, yes? That sounded like, when you ask to somebody, say, no disrespect and then disrespect them. You just did that with Arsenal. I mean, like...
Arsenal is what? Is a 9th or 10th place team. I'm not disrespecting them. Arsenal should feel happy that I am looking at Arsenal like they are 1 player away from being a top 2 team in the Premier League. Because that is how I see Arsenal. Yeah, and that's how I see Manchester United. We don't know the extent of Rashford injury, right? So we are an injury away, and Chelsea is a balanced team. Chelsea seems to be rounding them way around. I'm telling you right now, I've been saying this for weeks. I am worried about Man U finishing in the automatic Champions League. I'm not worried about Leicester. Leicester will always be Leicester. Tottenham, they can get themselves together and they can make a serious run at the top 4. So there are so many. It's 10 games left. There are so many twists coming in the top and the end of the table.
10 or 11 games left.
Or 11,
I agree. So I'm going to be bold and say it's going to finish City, Chelsea, Leicester, Man U, Tottenham, Everton.
Right. City, Chelsea.
I don't know how she have Leicester finish above Man U though, but all right.
Okay. And does Crystal, are you all concerned about Crystal Palace getting pulled into a relegation fight?
No. Yeah, man, they forgot on them, man. Today, I mean, Crystal Palace is a one-trick pony. They're a Zaha team.
Yeah.
I mean, and I hope that a team comes in and take that young man because he's an asset. He's a very good player. But him just not have the pieces around him. When them take off Benteke off of the pitch today, I was like, well, Benteke easier the funny people in pitch. One boy out there though. But everything was everything going through him. him get the corners them, him in the right place, him make the passes, him defend, and yet Crystal Palace lost 4-1. So it's a one-man team, and it's sad to say, and maybe they need to get relegated to come again because they're not ready. They might take up space, man.
Yeah, as it pertains to Newcastle, they're sitting right above the relegation zone. But more importantly, there were reports of a bust up between Matt Ritchie and Steve Bruce at practice. All is not well in that camp. Do you see Newcastle getting relegated?
No, they won't get relegated. I just think they're going to have to fight though to stay up. But I don't see that as bad as they were today. As bad as they were today, I mean they can hold on. They should get relegated though. I mean, listen. When you play a lackluster football, it's like you need to put a team that is playing exciting football in championship in your sport and you go down. Because trust me, Newcastle not doing well. Even with your guy, we thought that your guy would
Miguel
be
Almiron.
it would be a game changer. But he's a stable, and then you have like Yedlin. Yes, Yedlin is an exciting, fast, strong player. And you said him gonna Turkey. Like, what is going on with Newcastle?
Yeah, they picked up Wilson from Vermont. But how does Matt Ritchie remain with that squad after calling Steve Bruce saying that he's weak or afraid? Something along those lines. He said that Steve Bruce is a scared man. I think it's a statement that he referred to the manager in terms of tactically what he's doing.
Yeah, but you have some players who speak for the team. You have some players who are held in high regard. So no care what them do, them get a fine and a 2-game suspension and back in the squad. Right. Listen, nobody wants to lose. And maybe now he has lost the locker room and you just seen it manifest in the most outspoken player to come out and say something. But they have to do something because once the coach lose the locker room, then, it's going to be downhill from there. They're not going to listen. They're not going to follow. I just think the performance all around need a shake-up.
Yeah, performance. All right, stepping away from the EPL to La Liga, Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid drew, but most important...
but before I talk about that, Laporta has been elected Barcelona president for the second time.
Yes, so breaking news here on Ballchat. Juan Laporta, re-elected president of Barcelona. He was at the helm when Frank Rijkaard was the coach. He was at the helm when Pep Guardiola was the coach. So he saw Barcelona through its glory years. Are you excited?
It's sweet to the ear or to the face.
Are you excited? Come on.
We need some check. We need some money. There's no money. I mean, like, at what point clubs are gonna stop take IOU from Barcelona? We're not nobody. We need to get rid of some of the players. Them. I mean, like, I don't understand. Every time I talk about it, every time I see Bradwaite, number 9, I get cross. So they have to make some changes. Get electing a president is just this president is a step in the right direction. But there's so much that needs to be done.
Yeah, it's a first step, and I think of the different candidates, 3 of them, Juan Laporta spoke about keeping things in-house in terms of spending-wise. I know a few of the other candidates have spoke about maybe selling off some of Barcelona assets to private equity firms. And Barcelona, as a lot of you guys know, is owned by the socios, the members. So they're not a big fan of having private investors coming in and take it. So let's see. We'll watch the space. Lionel Messi still has to take a huge pay cut. Now back to Barcelona and La Liga. They close the gap on Atletico Madrid. What's going on with Atletico Madrid? They cannot lose this La Liga title. They cannot.
It'll be interesting. Yeah, man. Them for lose it, man. Cause bump and scratch. Like today, they should have polished off Real Madrid today. Joke thing them upon. Although Suarez goal was a good goal still. And they were lucky they got away with a handball.
Yeah.
Because it is a handball. Atletico Madrid, if them drop... if them drop the title, then, Simone needs to hit the road.
No, I can't remember a journalist from ESPN wrote an article equating Diego Simeone to Arsene Wenger. That's a stretch too far, right? In terms of failure or not seeing things over the line. It's too far to equate him to Arsene Wenger, is it?
Apparently, he was day drinking with Junior.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What do you mean by equating him to Arsene Wenger? Is that disrespectful?
Yeah,
Yes.
in terms
No
of
win.
in
You
terms
guys-
of I think the article was centered around from the, and I'm trying to remember the author here. I'll pull it up. I think it's Mark Ogden, but I'll have to go and check in a second. But it's in terms of having advantageous positions or strong position or a very good squad and not being able to execute the squad to the full capabilities.
What more do you want from Wenger other than a perfect season?
Okay, Junior, a perfect season alone it's just one season. Focus on Diego Simeone, Bridget.
No, but that's my point. Is Diego Simeone is nowhere near Wenger. He's nowhere near Wenger's accomplishment. Diego Simeone has done nothing yet in terms of in the pantheon of great coaches. Which title the man have a value right now?
Oh, he has won La Liga. Of course, he has won La Liga, beating the juggernaut in Spain, Real Madrid and Barcelona. He's won I think a couple Europa League titles. Went to two Champions League finals. Lost both of them to Real Madrid. So I think those who have criticized Diego Simeone have willing to acknowledge that he has done exceptional with Atletico Madrid, but with doing great things, there's more that's expected. They said, and he hasn't delivered the big one. The big one is the Champions League, and I think that's where some of the parallels with Arsene Wenger comes along.
Stop disrespect Wenger and him legacy.
Yeah.
People seem to think about Wenger like his final years. Cholo, big up yourself. You're not winning Champions League this year. Second with La Liga. They've already win La Liga.
Okay, so you're going to...
Everybody got through ups and downs. Eh?
Who already win La Liga? Atletico Madrid?
Atletico Madrid, yeah.
No, Junior, no. You must
Hold on.
not say-
Hold on. I guess I have to do it. I have to be that guy. For the whole year, we sit down and laugh after Barcelona. On the real, you tell me that Barcelona going to come in the last 3-4 weeks? I'll come. Stop on the foolishness, man.
Yeah. I mean, even though Atletico have a game in hand, they're just 3 points ahead in terms of goal difference. Barcelona have them beat by 4 goals. We don't know where you're upon. I don't know where you would upon, you know.
Barcelona fans.
Listen, you are only looking at the angle of Barcelona kicking up a storm, finding another gear. But you now look on the other part where Atletico Madrid can go back, can reverse, can start dropping points. So Barcelona can start playing well, right? Real Madrid start playing well, and Atletico Madrid start playing poorly. It's just too long, but we know this is football. And based on today, they actually played Real Madrid well, but they missed their chances. And me and you know what happened. Goals win games. You don't win the game, them, you don't get the 3 points. So they were leading by 1 heap, and now it's a 3-point difference, and the goal difference is inferior to the second place.
Yeah, so they're closing the gap.
See.
And Junior, to fill you in, the author of the article is Graham Hunter, a man who definitely has his pulse on La Liga, who covers La Liga extensively for ESPN. He says that pretty much that Diego Simeone, there's a lesson to avoid becoming, quote, satisfied and not being scared to reach for the biggest objective. That's one of the issues that he's equating with Wenger and Diego Simeone. Being satisfied with where you are and not reaching for the greatest objective. Wenger, he went on to say, Wenger won 10 major trophies in 22 years at Arsenal. Simeone is 9 full years in charge at Atleti. He has 7, including 3 in Europe, arguably the best spell in the club's history. So there's this expectation, and so that's where in his article, Graham Hunter, you can check that out on ESPN. Junior, you're about to say.
I was about to say nothing other than that. Hunter, brother. Listen, man. We don't talk to people who only watch football in a HD TV. We talk to people who watch football with analog TV when they have a turn channel up top. That brother don't know what I'm talking about. Arsene Wenger is one of the greatest coaches ever to coach a football game. He's not an underachieving, underwhelming coach. Arsene Wenger is a generational coach that changed football. He changed how players prepared for football games. I am not an Arsenal fan, but that is disrespectful. That brother is looking at Arsene Wenger the last 6 years of his career when people call Arsenal Barcelona B. That is what he's referencing when he's comparing Arsene Wenger to Cholo. But he don't know about Arsenal when Arsenal have Vleb, Bergkamp, Henry, where everybody afraid of that side. That brother is an idiot.
Well, he just quote the stats for the 22 years, brother.
What?
He just gave the stats for the 22 years.
You and I and come on know of our border our people. Stats can be you can derive your opinion from stats. I am telling you that Wenger. All right, that aside.
Yeah.
Solo, Atletico Madrid, when he overachieved with Atletico Madrid winning La Liga, overachieved with Atletico Madrid going up against Real Madrid in the Champions League finals the 2 times. Nobody outside of the people who live in a Madrid, the half of Madrid who were red, thought that Atletico Madrid was beating Real Madrid in both Champions League finals. Nobody. So he's a great coach. He's a good up-and-coming coach, and him building him legacy. Give him a better side.
But him have that, and we need to move on. But I think it's not to try to throw dirt on what Wenger has done. He's revolutionized soccer, football that is, at Arsenal, the way players take care of themselves, training, etc., etc. This is why they call him the professor. I think what Graham is alluding to is the fact that Wenger was satisfied and with what he achieved in the latter years at Arsenal, and thus the same thing can be said about Cholo, is that they're satisfied with a certain level and somewhat seems to be scared of going for greater things. So that's his conclusion.
Brother, in conclusion, need for rewrite. Big up Alex. Alex said he's an Atletico is his team, and Simeone cannot compare to Wenger.
Yeah.
Ramon Osborne saying Arsene Wenger was the man. I remember that invincible team season 2. He also said that City lose, we can't talk. Oh, Ramon is a blue mood guy. Welcome, Ramon. I drink the Guinness, you drink the ID kid.
and football family, he did not say, Graham Hunter of ESPN did not say Arsene Wenger is not good. That's he definitely did not say that. He's linking him to Cholo, Diego Simeone, and the fact that there's more that's expected, and they both seems to be satisfied with what they have achieved when they haven't really won the big one yet.
Brother, he's just trying to up his views by drafting that stupid comment.
All right, so La Liga, you officially said there is no race. I think myself and Camon believes that there's still a title race.
If Atletico Madrid dash with the title, I shall buy Benton and Camon a replica Leo Messi jersey of their choice.
Oh, okay.
Hello. It's a record now. What's that one there?
Yes, let's record. We'll look for. No
problem. Me like when them love spend their money, It's okay, Junior.
I'll take a Messi jersey. What you mean?
Long time.
All right. We're going to discuss some Jamaican news in a second as we step away from a World Football Roundup. Before we get to Jamaican football news, let's do a preview and prediction segment real quickly as Champions League is coming down the pike. Your thoughts as Juventus versus Porto, Sevilla versus Dortmund. Cristiano Ronaldo was rested for Juventus game as manager Andrea Pirlo says, Cristiano needs a break. They need the big lion to step forward against Porto, right?
Yeah, but I do think that they can beat Porto even without Cristiano Ronaldo. Porto give and take a few little instances. They've been okay, but I don't think they need Cristiano Ronaldo for Juventus versus Porto.
And Junior, go ahead. You're aware that Porto is leading the first leg 2-1, right? Junior, go ahead.
No, that's a problem with Juventus. You know, Juventus always seem to leave these ties down to the last minute and then them falter. I just don't think they have the legs to beat Porto. I don't think so. They're a more talented team, but I just have a feeling like Pirlo does not have the ability to motivate these older players. I just get that vibe. So but if there's anybody that can pull the rabbit out the hat, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. So
okay. As it pertains to Barcelona versus PSG, this is the third or fourth year in a row that Barcelona gets eliminated in the knockout stage of the Champions League.
Yeah, man. This. What am I know? I'm gonna sing a thank you and find my way home because I know this rough. This really rough. I don't think Barcelona has shown that they can overcome this 4-1 deficit.
PSG leading 4-1. My fancy baller Neymar, I'm not sure if he'll be fit for this game. But to give Coleman and Barcelona credit, they overturned one deficit against Sevilla. Ousmane Dembele is playing quite well. He scored. Shouldn't there be hopes? It looked like Coleman has solved the issue there.
Solve which issue? You look at daydream too. Is thing going to be back? What name? Di Maria. I think Di Maria is also recovering from his injury. I mean, like this is not. This is not. PSG is not the Villa. PK cannot score. No,
PK is injured.
No, stop it.
No. Big up, go explore watching on Flow Sports right now. Just to acknowledge his comment. He said that for real, bro, good coach, but couldn't give us a Champions League, referencing to Arsene Wenger. But as for PSG,
maybe he's referring to Cholo. You know that.
I could be right, Cholo. Oh, well, he's way on sit one in the same. But know the topic, but yo.
Go ahead, Junior.
PSG versus Barcelona. If Barcelona scored 3 goals, PSG might score 6. The other might come score, but how you guys gonna stop Mbappe from putting the nail in the coffin? This is his chance. How you going to stop Pochettino from letting the newly returning president show him that the idiot who they had before hired the wrong coach? How they going to stop that? Yo,
yeah, Barcelona is dead. I mean,
like Laporte.
What?
Like Laporte, I say, listen, come on, just bring Barca B and blood the youth them. Nobody bring the ball to them. Nobody bring them. Just bring Barca B. Don't bring Messi. Don't bring none of the big ball of them. Make them stay home.
One of Laporta's first comment as new elected president of Football Club Barcelona says, quote, "Let's go to Paris and see if we can turn it around," end quote.
Mercy. It come like if you get a COVID vaccine and have side effects, hallucination.
Liverpool versus RB Leipzig. Liverpool is up 2-0. Are we concerned about Liverpool here? Of course, they're having a bad run in the EPL.
No.
Leipzig is a goal scoring machine. No concern whatsoever. No. Come on.
No.
Now, if next week we found and Leipzig somehow drop Liverpool belly, we have to figure out a way to tell people. My
internet connection is bad, so I didn't really say yeah, but you only get the end part.
Yeah.
So I can always say, but no, I don't want to. But I say like no.
I will say Leipzig will give them more space. I will say Leipzig will give them definitely more space. It's a very attacking team. I do think Leipzig will score though. So I mean, who knows? The other big matchup in Sevilla versus Dortmund. Dortmund is leading 3-2. I mean, is this really big?
It is big because Sevilla going to come back and beat Dortmund.
I agree.
Now, Erling Haaland is injured, right? Will he be ready for this matchup?
Them gonna force him because they don't have anybody else. They don't have anybody.
No, but they don't need Haaland. So Haaland, they don't have to force him to start. You're up.
They need him.
You need. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You lose one game twice. I think the way them lose to Bayern might affect them, and they might lose to Bayern a second time when they play Sevilla. It's just scary because to me they are such a fragile team. They just look like a very fragile mental team that if Sevilla come down and bust them net in the first minute, they might call it about 4.
Really? So you expect some of that? Yeah.
I always look at Dortmund as a farm team, as a team where them use and the business, thing like that's just how I look at it. Like if we lose, we lose. If we win. Because their transfers have been a little bit underwhelming. So I'm not sure if they really, really want to really win. So if them going on with a lead and make Sevilla come beat them after Sevilla go through a rough, game earlier. I mean, like, after them business. You cannot lead out Bayern Munich 2-0 and come lose 4. Them for go home, man. Get somebody else to spot.
That was Bayern Munich's plan all along. Come on, give them a lead. London Derby is another big game we want to feature. Spurs should beat the brakes off Arsenal, right?
Hold on.
No. No.
Now, of course, both teams will be playing in the Europa League on Thursday night. Spurs were playing Dynamo Zagreb and Arsenal playing Olympiacos. But, I mean, Arsenal just... I cannot find the words to say about Arsenal. They're just not good. Whereas Spurs with Gareth Bale really looks like a proper team at the moment.
They're doing better. They're not a proper team.
Well, proper relative to Arsenal.
Yeah, I don't know.
How is this hard for you to know? Come on, it's Arsenal.
And Junior right when Junior said, they're not a mid-table team anymore. Junior, them closer to 10th. Them like bottom. I don't know. Arsenal really, really drop off. And it's such a shame. I don't know if they'll come back. I don't know if Arteta is the right man. As a matter of fact, me never care. As long as Chelsea they're above Arsenal, let them do what they want. But you're right. Them. I don't know. You can't say that they're going to win. You don't know what you're going to get because even the main players, Abba is not doing well. Lacazette, Junior cuts Pepe all the time. The only person you really can depend on is a kid. What I say about Arsenal?
And Partey.
Side. Go ahead, Junior.
And Partey. You can depend on Partey. And I think Partey is going to be the driving force for Arsenal. I'm assuming that he's going to be healthy and available next week because the thing that Tottenham does well is Harry Kane have the ability to come back in the midfield. When I watch Harry Kane today, you know what I'm thinking? You know what I saw? I saw Bobby Firmino 2 years ago.
Yeah, he's been dropping deep to help. Yeah,
yeah. That is what Kane is giving to Tottenham right now. But the thing is, he's not going to be able to do that with Partey in the middle. He's not going to be able to do that with Xhaka in the middle, right? So I just see Arteta condensing the midfield, crunching the field in, and forcing Reguilon to beat them, forcing Serge Aurier Hurt, whoever is playing right back, to beat them.
And that's a good thing.
No, because Aubameyang is going to get space behind them. I can just see Arteta out coaching Mourinho. I can see it. I can see where we're going to come back next week and say, Arteta plan work to the T. I can see Musa Sissoko having to come on the field by halftime, which is Jose waving the white towel and say, lock it down. I can really see that happening.
Junior is drinking mad puss
I'm drinking the brown bucker from earlier with Manchester United game, so don't worry about it. Call it hallucination, call it prophecy. Next week we will know.
Come on, it's ultimately, I mean, Manchester, Arsenal, we're going to get the bricks beat off of them by Tottenham. I don't see.
Ramon saying son, asking about son. Trust me, Ramon. I can see Arteta battling up Son and I can see him battling up Son and Bale. I really can. And I really can see Son and Bale not running back on defense, being their Achilles heel. I can see Arteta packing the midfield with 5 midfielders. I can really see it.
Junior is drinking mad puss piss. Arsenal should lose to Tottenham. Tottenham is a better football team at the moment.
Here's the frame. This frame says, see Arsenal business and leave it alone.
Exactly.
Your Gunners will be back next season. Left me alone.
Next, let's move past. All right, we have Cadiz Fishley, Coach Cadiz Fishley, join us for the Women's Football Report. She's going to give a quick roundup on women's football before we get into discussing yard ballers and Jamaican football, because an entire week of bangarang occurred. Kadish, Wagwan family, how you doing?
I'm good. I have a bone to pick with whoever tweeted at me during the week.
The Ballchat tweeted at you. What's your problem?
The first thing, all right, yes, they scored 200 goals, but Chelsea has put the rest of the Champions League on notice, because if none of you realize, they played Atletico Madrid, which is one of the 2 best teams in Spain. They went down a player after 15, 16 minutes, conceded 2 penalties, and still won 2-0.
And football family, let's get a little bit of background here. Ballchat tweeted to Coach Dish Fishley saying that, look, calm down with the hype about Chelsea winning Champions League. It's Olympic Lyon as a standard bearer, and so she's picking a bone at round of 16. Round of 16.
Listen, when we come up against one of the best teams, and we play like that for the majority of the game and win 2-0, we have to give a shout out.
Yes.
You have to say that is one of the best teams in the competition.
We have to give. Chelsea is reaching for best. Chelsea ladies is begging for best one of the best team in the competition award. So yes, and I get it. But then I hand out best team award at round of 16, Coach. Let's check out the results from the women's Women's Champions League and get some other news in women's football up.
Right. So Man City were victorious in midweek as well, and today they came with a very late goal versus Everton to keep the pressure on Chelsea, because it's 2 points now that separate Chelsea and Manchester City in top 2. Manchester United and Arsenal as well are back to winning ways after a 3-0 and a 4-0 victory versus Aston Villa and Birmingham City respectively. Now, Man United and Arsenal have had some poor results lately, so this is a step in the right direction. I know we keep up to date with our Jamaican ballers abroad as well, and so unfortunately, Alison Swaby's Roma's 3-game winning streak came to an end yesterday after losing 1-0 to Hellas Verona. So they're currently in the 4th position, and right now it's 3 positions that goes to Champions League. So hopefully Roma can pull it off so that we can say we've had a Jamaican playing in the Champions League in Europe. Barca is still on top in Spain, and PSG, for the Olympic Lyonnais fan, is still on top in France.
You're emphasizing that one, eh?
I have to emphasize this one. Lyon is not the same. I tell you, come the end of this season, I'll have the last laugh. I fully believe that.
You're quite, you might be right, but we're not waving that Lyon flag. Lyon, what, the last 7, I think,
yeah.
So...
I think it's more than that, but they've won the last 7 straight.
So why do you think that Lyon, and we have the Champions League score up, why do you think Olympic Lyon ladies is not the same?
It's okay. So for the most part, they've had the same. I don't want to use the term, but that's the thing. You've had a group of players playing for a long time, yes. But if you're not refreshing the squad with new talent and the top talent from around the world, at some point in time, the others around you are going to catch up to you. And that is what is happening with PSG, with Chelsea. Arsenal is currently in the same boat. They have not refreshed the squad with top talent. And
That's
so
not much the
everybody
Arsenal. I mean, it's the same.
it's this, well, as you can see, it's the same for both the men and women.
Yeah.
Every team, the teams that Arsenal were beating easily, I know they're having problems beating them. They haven't beat Chelsea in around 6 games straight. 7 actually now, recently. Manchester City is using them for a beating stick, and they just don't look to refresh the squad. So if that continues, then I don't know what's going to happen to Arsenal. They're going to miss out on the Champions League next year because they're currently in 4th behind Manchester United, who is a team that's been around for what, 3 years?
Yeah. Now, I want to ask you, before we wrap up Women's Football Report, I always ask about fancy baller Rose Lavelle. But this week, I want to ask you about Nikita Paris. There's a lot of hype about other players in the game. You know, your Chelsea baller, Pernell Harder, gets a lot of press. How comes people not hype Nikita Paris as much? Because I think she's a baller.
She's English. That's the reason. She's English. Nikita Paris, and yeah, it's because she's English. For her to be playing at one of the best teams in Europe and not really been given the plaudits that other players have been getting, it's a shame. I mean, yes, she has world-class talents around her, but Nikita Paris has constantly put Leon on her back and dragged them through games. So I don't know why. I think she's a baller as well.
Yeah.
She's one of the top ballers, honestly.
And she was also exceptional in the game against Brøndby this week, where they defeated Brøndby in the Champions League. So, well, I need to get a Nikita Paris jersey because you don't know Leon will win this Women's Champions League.
We'll see, come May. We'll see.
All right, football family, bless up, stay safe. Yeah.
All right, bye.
Kadish.
Yes.
Before you leave still, you know, I wanted the opportunity to salute you. Also salute Camon, but I salute you bigger first still. Camon get fair salute all the time. But it's National Women's Month. So we have to salute our ladies and especially ladies that are around football, which is our show. And one thing that we did here at Ballchat, we wanted to highlight not only women football, but the women that are also taking part in football. And especially in our country. Because I'm not going to say it, you know. And I'm going to say, these are the views of Junior. Yeah, these are the views of Junior. These are the views of Benton. These are the views of Camon. But me I go out and say, the country needs to support you and the female coaches more. And I will also say this. The reason why Jamaica football now do good is because we have some bang belly man around the program them. And we're not bringing in the ladies them that can help to give good ideas. It might sound funny. It might sound disrespectful. But you know what I'm saying? You throw a stone, and who feel it, ball out. So big up yourself, National Women's Month. But we'll big up every month of the year. And everybody out there, we need to support our ladies in football. Not because they're ladies, not because they're anything. We have to keep it even. And that's how the program going to develop. So big up, seriously.
I appreciate it, Junior. Thank you very much. I can't say much because I'm still trying to work somewhere, but I can't say much. But thank you for that.
I will say it, Phil. You remember Tom and Jerry, where you have the devil and the angel? Me had the devil on the right side.
Yeah.
Just send me.
All right, Junior. Thanks.
All right, later.
All right, bye, guys.
All right, bye. Stay safe, family. As we push the yard ballers and big up to the ladies for Women's Football Month. Speaking of the JFF and the Reggae Boys and yard football, President Michael Ricketts said, quote, "The show has to go on," end quote, as players haven't signed their contract yet relating to representing Jamaica in the World Cup qualifiers. Michael Ricketts also alluded that they cannot offer anything than $2,000 per player per game. Yo, we need to take it or leave it. Your thoughts, Junior, on Come On? And by the way, the management, Mr. Ricketts, did not say take it or leave it, you know. Those are my words.
On Instagram, the players, the senior players, Damian, Flemings, and Capo, Andre, They have this thing up that says "Take a stand" with a picture of the Reggae Boys in the back that says "Stronger Together," and the caption is "Time for a change."
No, this is a delicate situation, because if Mr. Ricketts, and we'll get to the recruit of the English players are forward, and if he's able to get a whole side of English players, Lowe and company may not have much room for negotiation, right?
It is a touchy situation, and this is my take on it. I'm going to say this is my take, not necessarily Ballchat's take. We want to go to the World Cup, yes. We want the World Cup to be our next aim, our next destination. But are we going to fill it up with 23 players? All right, no, not 23. Let's say 10 or 11 players who have not been to Jamaica, who don't know the national anthem, don't know culture, embrace the culture. What is going to happen with the local football league if all the players or most of the players are players from England, who do not have a chance to play for England, so no, we are the backup and they want to come and play for us, right? Then you have the players who are playing overseas, Germany, Sweden, Sudan, Egypt, and then USL. You have the players here. So how are we going to do it? It's going to be interesting to see how Tapa balances, but we need quality, right? Some of the English players are very, very good, but we also have like a couple players who I don't really think that they should be pushed out of the position because you play, in England or whatever. So it's going to be interesting. What would the national team look like? What will happen to the pipeline from the Premier League to the national team? Will they be eliminated? Will they not get an opportunity? Because you can't carry bench warmers go World Cup. You need all hands on deck. So what is going to happen? It is weird. People come in and say, "Oh yeah, we can't use all local players." Let us put it out of the that never work. We can't use all local players. But you have 10 players who I don't know if they've ever been to Jamaica, they know the anthem or whatever, who they're actively recruiting. How is it going to work? So it's going to be interesting.
Do we need to know the anthem to play for Jamaica?
I don't think Damian Lowe must lose this spot. And Andre Blake can't lose his spot. We don't have a next goalkeeper. No, the striker position, the winger position, everything else is open. But it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. Do we take a Javan East who is scoring 7 goals in Costa Rica? Or do we say, no, we're going to bring Ivan Tooney, who is still waiting, right? He's not sure if he want to commit. Or are we going to take a Mikel Antonio who is playing for West Ham, but not necessarily a goal scorer like that, and he's up in age? How do we balance? And it's going to be interesting to see how Tapa balance.
Let's pull up the list of players. Junior, you can chime in. Let me get the list of players up. President Michael Ricketts was on Sportsmax this week and spoke about the list. So let me get it up for you, Junior. Get the list up.
Ramon Osborne said, and this is I am not creating controversy or conspiracy. I'm just reading the comments. Ramon Osborne says JFF, Jamaican fried fish. Ramon Osborne also saying we need the English players. English 11 equals World Cup. Jason Frame saying there's no pipeline from the Jamaican league. When last a baller forced himself into the squad? Jason, you and I must be brothers, apart from the allegiance to the club side. Because when Camon, I get what Camon is trying to say about the pipeline. And that is, yes, the players them at the Jamaican Premier League need to have something to play towards, right? But playing into the national team should not be the next good step up. That's not the next step up for the Jamaican Premier League. No disrespect to the Jamaican Premier League. playing in MLS, playing in England, playing wherever, playing overseas should be the next step. Now, me and come on debate, and I agree with her 100% what you say. You can't bring up all local players in the national team. That will never work. That can't happen, right? You need a good mix. Now, you need the best 23 players. Best 23. I don't care where them come from. As long as they're eligible to play, if they make the best side, be the best side. I agree, though. It look away when you watch the national anthem play and you say, oh, all the American man them, oh, say, can you see? And they say Jamaican man them. It'll look away, it'll go hurt with pride, and words they go get them head beat off. We're gonna say, well, how you mercenary for come lose, right? I get that mindset. But we in a COVID year, the local players them have not played football apart from money football and bucketstopper football at best. They haven't played football, so they are not fit. So it is crazy for bringing them into the program right now. I would hope that the Premier League start back soon, or some league where them can play and show that they are fit. Now, on the other hand, let's say we carry 23 UB40s and say forward and carry go World Cup, and Jamaica slip, trip, fall, and make it to the World Cup. It is not the end. It is not the end for the local players. This is where the local players now we have the spotlight bring on them. Because you know how Gillette, remember when Gillette used to have the FIFA World Cup build up, and they go to the country and highlight certain things and and show the life of the country. If Jamaica make it to the World Cup, they're not going to England. And so, well, here's where Jamaican players are playing. No, they must come to Jamaica. They must go to the country. So this is where the JFF need to build the infrastructure, hoping that the players get us to the World Cup, get some money, and now the spotlight come to the local players. Get them ready. When you get this good shine, have 3 or 4 ballers ready for go England, ready for go France, Germany, wherever. Because Bailey is already there. The pipeline is open. Develop the youth them now. Get them there. And that's when you can have a steady stream of local ballers going overseas. And now you can build an infrastructure.
So, courtesy of Sportsmax, the list of players that possibly Michael Ricketts is looking at. He was on Sportsmax this week and he spoke about this list. I think since those comments, Max Aarons has been removed from the list, but he has said that Isaac Hayden of Newcastle had reached out to them. Liam Moore have got his paperwork in terms of the password. He says the process right now is securing documents for these players. Damari Gray of Bayer Leverkusen, Andre Gray, Mason Holgate, Nathan Redmond of Southampton. So, my whole thing on this, it's the central objective. We all want to make it to the World Cup. I do understand this position worried about the league. I do understand this position of trying to incorporate as many of the local players as we can. But we also have to agree that those players cannot take us to the World Cup. I don't necessarily have a criteria that they need to be able to sing the national anthem. The only thing I need to know is that are they committed to the task at hand? Are they going to go through the trenches in South America, in Central America, etc. when the going gets tough? That's the only thing I have a stipulation for. It's ball game.
Let me touch on something with Junior. So I disagree with Junior. You are saying that the local players can play MLS. How are they being seen? You know of scouts going from MLS go watch Jamaica Premier League. That's not how it works. They use and if you look at the call-ups with Tapper make, it is strategic. Yes, we complain and say we shouldn't use the national team as a scouting tool, but in essence, that's what it is. So when the local man them play for Harborview, Tivoli, Reno, Mullines, them are run up and down the little dirty feel them down there. Nobody in MLS is going to go down there and look at them. Nobody from England not going to look at them. Nobody from Germany, nobody not going to look at them. It is when the players represent their country and have a good showing, that's when you see the people them come out. So it's an opportunity not to only make extra money because they get the stipend. But everybody complain about JFF not paying money. But at the end of the day, they get the money, right? They care how long it takes. So it is an added incentive to get the stipend and the US dollars for the local players who wouldn't normally make it. And on top of that too, they're being seen on the international stage. And remember, having caps and playing for your national team are one of the highest honors you can have. So it fix up the players' CV and make them look good. I'm gonna get it. We want to go to World Cup, but we cannot shut down the local league.
Yeah.
What play them going to play for? What will they be playing for?
We're not. But also an important point that we cannot ignore, come on, is that in addition to those caps, in order to securing contracts for those local players, the ranking of that national team is an essential component for some leagues, right? So if you're able to get good talent in and you can improve Jamaican ranking, it should be a downstream effect for those local players, right?
And that is, we talk about it all the time. We talk about rankings. Rankings is very important, right? But look at it. Look how funny this is. So these 10 players that we have now on the screen.
Yeah.
Ranking have nothing to do with them. They don't. We could have ranked second in the world. It don't affect Ivan Toney. It don't affect Kemar. It don't affect those players. So you are bringing all these players. Right now, we look on this. This is 10 players. You only want one more player, which will be Andre Blake. So a Damian Lowe who bleed, who play hard for Jamaica, Gold Cup, Caribbean Cup, all the friendlies. Him sleeping at the airport for 15 hours to catch a flight. We're not going to push them out for these players who cannot make England squad, right? And what are going to do with them players there? We bleed for we, who want to stamp on the TV, them lip and move. What we are going to do with them? This is 10 players. Remember, we not have the England man, we have in there already. We not have Hector in there. We not have Bobby Padova. Exactly.
So this in addition to
so what we're gonna do? We're gonna have the national team A squad, B squad, C squad. We're gonna have them as our starting 11 and use Damian them, Flemings them, Bowser them, and have them on the bench. It has to be a balance.
Yeah,
and I understand. Listen, I want to go to the World Cup too. Me want to roll in the sun. Me want to ride camel. Me want to go to the World Cup too. I understand. But at the same time, we have to realize that the national team is a funnel for our people, the local players who use this as an outlet and as a tool. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Junior, you know how me feel already, but I don't care where them come from. Foreign or local, I don't care. But we have to balance it a little bit, right? We have to balance it a little bit. Remember when Winfred Schaefer did bring in the UB40 them, remember? And the closest we really came to an upset, your boy did the bubblegum man, right? My name Gilles Bonds.
Yeah, that is my boy bubblegum man, Giles Bonds. All right.
Yes. Remember?
Yeah.
And the biggest upset we would not nearly have was when we got down Mexico and almost beat Mexico.
0-0.
And look at it. And look at it. We beat Mexico. Which part we beat Mexico? Taxi and him free kick. With local players, so me just don't know. I just don't, especially in this COVID time when we take away the local players, them living, them financial, the money, them not secure anymore financially. I mean, like, come on now. We have to think about them as well.
Come on, send up our blood pressure. All right, Junior, chime in now. Well, come on, just take over the thing. And I do agree that we need a balance, because we can't dash away or kind of throw away for the American audience, speaking properly here.
I'm going to go down and list some list of names. And hopefully we can have Altiman Butler on in the coming weeks.
Yeah, go ahead, Junior. Go ahead.
You have Altiman Butler and Paul Young. You remember those names?
Yes, Junior.
And all right. Those guys were the reason why Jamaica went to 1998 World Cup. Some people would sit down and say, foolishness we're talking. No, it's not foolishness. Jamaica would have never made it to the semi-final round if it wasn't for Altiman Butler and Paul Young, right? And then right after that, then push them out and say, Walter Boyd, Onandelo, forward. And because of Walter Boyd and Onandi Lowe, Jamaica made it to the final round of the Hex, right? And right after that, they pushed them out. I said Paul Hall, Deon Burton, Fitzroy Simpson forward.
I like Fitzroy Simpson. Don't diss my ball,
That's all right. But it is what it is. Paul Hall, Deon Burton, Fitzroy Simpson forward. Oh, and don't forget, you had Shorty Malcolm, you had Gregory Messam, you have Dean Sewell. Wing backs.
Yeah.
And then push them out and say, forward Ricardo Gardner, and forward the brother will score a bag of one goal in England. What name again?
Don't leave Frank Sinclair alone.
Frank Sinclair.
Leave Frank Sinclair alone.
Right? And then when he reach World Cup, the man them say, Marcus Gale, Robbie Earl, forward, Fall Hall, Deon Burton, all I see it. It's a bigger ball that come in. It's a part of life. It is what it is. It is what it is. You want the best side for represent you. Now, we saw what happened in 98 when you had half of the side wearing this wristband and the other half never wear a wristband. Everybody, and some genius sit down and say, wait, the man will wear a wristband are local players. So that showed how the side had a big split in it. And I agree, you have to find some balance. Now, Whitmore was amongst that team when they had the freezer. And no care what he wants about Whitmore, you know. He have the experience to know, sir, I don't want this to happen again.
Yeah,
right?
So he's lived the experience.
He's lived it.
Yes,
now, me personally, and hopefully, and people watching, let me know, y'all want us to have a watch along, or we can have a little mini show after the game. On March 28th against United.
March 25th, we'll preview Jamaica versus USA. We'll talk about it quickly. Junior, quickly, time management and we have the flag.
I was Whitmore.
Yeah.
Neil and Farm sick that game, the Andor coach. Because that is a trap game for Whitmore. Because you're bringing all of these players, you're trying to recruit all of these players to go up against a juggernaut like America right now. You don't have no chance of beating America, right? No, you can slip, trip, and fall and win or draw the game. But what are the ramifications afterwards? That's a scary proposition for Whitmore.
Yeah, I don't care about the friendly too much. I just want to beat them in the World Cup qualifiers. Junior, go ahead.
I'm going to go on some comments real quick. Yeah. Dwight Spence said the timing of bringing the players now during match fees negotiation is poor. We need a squad of solid 23 professional players. Any local players should be 22 years old or younger. Jason, even if the local players were playing, who could we say was on the verge of making the squad? Javan East, who went to Central America, still can't score to save him life. That's
not true. Javan East has 7 goals. No. Whatever.
No. Stadiums, especially in Central America, favor Jamaica. Dwight, the man will still throw some bag of pee over the wall. He also said they do not need to sing the national anthem because they will have their masks on. The Pro League, period. The better local players should be playing for CONCACAF Championship League clubs. I actually agree with that. Improved FIFA rankings means that Jamaica can request higher appearance fees. Worries for JFF that. The outlet should be club football, period. The team needs to win home matches to gain the fans.
What, is this a dissertation, brother?
Jason Frame also said, someone give Cameron a lemon beer. And Dwight said, we are talking 2022, not 1998. Times have changed. All fully professional side is a requirement. Agree with that too.
So come on, and before we get to yard ballers, quickly regarding this salary negotiation and the JFF and the players. The JFF says it can only give $2,000 per match per player. The players are asking for $7,000. What's the status on that?
That Ricketts also said that $7,000 figure is not true. So, okay. And some of the players have said that $7,000 figure is not true.
Okay.
And that they're being, so no negotiations are being confidential, which should have been in the first place. We don't need to put the figures or whatever.
Okay.
The problem, this is the problem, and Kerry and I talk about this all the time too. The problem is that the JFF is not transparent. So we know that the JFF is in debt, right?
Yes.
No, you tell us that you don't have the money, you're in debt and whatever, because you have not been transparent and honest with us. We don't believe you. So the players them out there now saying that you get this particular amount of appearance fees, so we want money from that. So if Ricky is saying that he only has 2,000, it can't go above $2,000, what are we going to do? We understand that players should play for the love, and I guess they're saying that they feel disrespected when you don't want to pay them what they think they deserve. But if Ricketts don't have the money, then what are we going to do? We're at that impact. So what are we going to do? What we really are going to do if Ricketts say we don't have the money?
We move with the UB40. I mean, the bottom line, like you said, there is no trust in these negotiations. And both sides are to be blamed when man leak audio and man no one show books and there's no transparency, then there's no trust. So I mean, I'm tired of
but I see people costing them about 7,000. If you add up 7,000 per game, and remember this is World Cup, it's not the friendlies them talking about, right? This is World Cup.
Yes, World Cup qualifiers, yeah.
Yeah, if you add up all those 7,000 plus the $1,000 them say them win or whatever, the bonus, so that $8,000 times 23 times the backroom staff, the money really not gonna left. So it's interesting. It's just like I'm telling already. Says like a girlfriend. Me ask for $2,000, but me really need $1,000, and when they do give me in $1,200, I have one, you have not one. So let us see if they can actually work it out and figure it out before. Tapper says he wants it done before the friendly.
Yeah, man, and start out this foolishness before Tapper. Because Tapper cannot deal with this headache. Ramon Osborne says the UB40 will play for free. They're welcome all day, every day. And that's an essential point in this negotiation because you have a bag of man who already now, who theoretically won't be asking for money at, like that and holding out for money or stick up the JFF as my brethren would have put it. But
they are in a better position for when Tapper call them for a friendly for say, we not come nowhere, we not play no Caribbean Cup, we not play against no Barbados, we not play against no Cuba, we not go no Gold Cup, we not do so, we not do this. So they will be in a better position. But I remember one time, I'm telling you already this, say, when the UB40s did mix with the local players, at one point the UB40s gave the local players their money. Because I guess it's not the money too little bit for them or whatever. But the UB40s are in a position to tell Tapper, say, we not come nowhere and you have to fly us first class. So that's a whole headache again for the JFF.
Well, if they play for free, fly them first class. Backside. You know what? Figure it out. Solve the problem. The responsibility lies with President Michael Ricketts and General Secretary Dalton Wint. And I mean, the players, figure it out. But tired of the foolishness. Before we step to you.
That person still want professional grass.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up and get to yard ballers, quickly, your thoughts on this friendly. The USA will play the Reggae Boys March 25th. Quick early readings in Austria. Your thoughts, your quick views on it.
Horrible time.
It depends on the 23. I mean, it depends on who Tapper bring. If he bring the players them who are score, who are play good, we can be competitive. We're not getting a 7-0 like Trinidad. That's the first thing. I mean, we might probably can beat USA. We don't know the ball round.
Come on, stop it, man. Stop it.
Yeah, we shouldn't get 7 like Trinidad. Come on, Junior.
I'll get 7, but stop it, man. If I bring this 23 or the one bag of UB40s, we don't even know if they're going to respect him. We have no idea. And this is the worst team to go up against right now because America is playing hot. They should have, if you're going to bring these players in, you should have bring them. We'll play Cuba, we'll play, not even Haiti, not even Trinidad. go play Barbados or Bahamas or Turks and Caicos. One of them to side.
But they're not paying what the US is paying. And as of right now, in order to pay the players them the money what they want, JFF need the money.
US give a nice cash. Nice cash.
Yeah, they need the money to come out of the red and go into the black.
Yes,
So
yes.
I mean, I don't know. This is not about readiness. And I fail to believe that the US men's national team could not find a better opponent than Jamaica. I fail to believe that. So is a cash grab for Ricketts. Are we going to blame him? The only time we blame Ricketts is if we go out there and we get 12. Anyhow we get 12, Ricketts got to go.
No, that won't happen. Go ahead, Junior.
So we're putting it out there. Do we want to have a watch along or we have a quick 50? I don't know why I thought the game was Sunday, but the game is on a Thursday now. So we might do something Thursday, depending on timing and schedules and such.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, Ballchat will give wall-to-wall coverage of the game. I'm thinking the top about might give something. Yard ballers, come on. We'll either have watch-along or coverage, live in-game coverage or reaction afterwards. Let's get to yard ballers, come on, because USA will play Jamaica March 25th.
Yeah, in Austria, and I think it is kind of crazy. I mean, I don't know if US is the right opponent for us right now. So Tapa wants the negotiation settled before they play in Austria March 25th, which is reasonable. Tapa, first time I agree with you. This is a warm up for the USA. The USA will play Honduras in one semifinal, while Mexico and Costa Rica plays in the other. The winners will play for the Nations League title, and this takes place the first week of June. So we're going to be practice cones for the Americans, basically.
That reminds me.
Kamaru and Rangers were crowned Scottish Premiership champions. Steven Gerrard might just go back and get Klopp job at the rate that he's going.
Stop it.
Shaw.
Stop it.
Eh?
Stop it.
I mean, stop it. Klopp got to go. Klopp looked tired. Him look like he want a break. So Steven Gerrard go out there and show what he can do. So he might come back for the job. So Khadija Shaw had 1 assist in our team's 2-0 win. And last week I wasn't here, but I hope you guys saw Taxis at his Kamara's Lawrence first goal for Anderlecht. It was a good goal, a nice little screamer. Javan East, he in 10 games he has had 7 goals and 1 assist in Costa Rica. Romaro Williams scored a goal in his team's 2-0 win, so he's really doing well in Egypt. Chris Williams of Proven and the Jamaica Premier League, he's saying that March 25th is D-Day. This means that he need approval from Babsy and Joe and Chris so they can go, move on. He's saying that they have done the science, done the research, have the data to show that football can safely be played in Jamaica. I don't even know, because I know him don't factor in the fans. So he's saying that they won't have practice, there will be no fans at games, and his talking point is the contact period of 22 players on the pitch at any time is less than 10 seconds. And because it is outdoors in warm temperatures, he is certain that it will reduce the number or the cases of COVID or restrict COVID from spreading to players. So he's saying based on that, Babsy should go ahead and give them the okay. I know that's going to work out.
I thought Chris says he's into finance, not science.
Yes, but he's repeating what the science was given to him. So that's what he's saying. So, personally, I think that the season is not going to start because we are so far in the year. And when we had 200 COVID cases per day and maybe 1 death, it was a no from Babsy, a no from Tufton. Yesterday, we had over 700 cases of COVID and 7 deaths. So I don't even see how the Premier League is going to actually go ahead.
Yeah.
So that's my roundup for them. But so for me, we have the Gold Cup coming up, right? We have and Waterhouse I play for them league. I just don't see where the Premier League can actually go ahead. We're too far in. At least they wanted to have 22 games. We're too far in the season now for training to start, all the logistics to be in place, and for the Premier League to actually kick up back. So it's going to be tough.
Yeah. We're pushing up against the clock quickly. Is Chris Williams and the JPL or whatever they call them, Jamaica Premier League, are they looking to do their own testing? Because he said that he alluded to they have their protocol ready. Are they looking to do their own testing? They said that they will test players twice a week, if I'm not mistaken. Are they dependent on the government?
Remember, one of their sponsors is in the medical field. I forgot what their name is.
Okay.
Remember, we talked about one of. So him have money, 200 million, and I think Red Stripe just gone back on as a sponsor. So them have them 200 million. He says he has the protocols in place. So I'm assuming that he's spending his money to get it going. But yes, there's 22 people on the pitch and 23 because the referee, but anyways,
they
get more. So him say contact is less than 10. I mean, him say a Jamaican football player, but it's just that I don't think they'll give the go ahead because the numbers are not reducing. The numbers are still high, so it's really difficult.
Yeah.
And one of my biggest problems is that the players are not getting paid. That is their livelihood, and that's one of the things that really irritates me.
And big up Dwight. Dwight said the test in this pharma is what is the
yes, thank you. That's one of the sponsors. So
yeah, Dwight Spence. But that's also always one of the concern. Can they handle the workload or the volume of samples? Because he says that they can do it without a bubble. He has seen the signs and seen the research from other areas. Football family, see, when we discuss Jamaican football, how we didn't even get to discuss Blas Matuidi and MLS foolishness into Miami. But I thought this was well taken. We discussed a lot today. Any final thoughts? And when do we expect this negotiation to end, Camon and Junior, regarding the players and JFF? When a deal needs to get struck?
Before the Austria friendly, as the coach indicated.
Okay, before March 25th.
Yes, the coach needs his players on board. They need to sign the contract and need to be paid accordingly and keep it moving.
Okay. Junior, any last comments on Big Up Football family?
Look out March 25. We're going to do something for that Jamaica-America game. Might be a watch-along, might be a reaction right after the game. We'll do something.
Yeah, Dwight Spence says the fact is people in Jamaica are still going to dance and rumbar. Don't know. Big up yourself, family. And so football is not an issue. But Chris Williams alluded, says, why are they trying to slow the business of football? Other business started. Football family, thank you for joining us. Subscribe to our platform, our channel at YouTube. You can also subscribe with us at Facebook. Ballchat at Facebook. You can connect with us at Instagram at Ballchat Podcast. We're on Twitter at Ballchat1. You can email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. Football family, come on, Junior. We're going on the road now.
Later.